am Jessica Koch, and this is yet another episode of Profound Professionals. We have had the honor and the privilege of spending the last 5 years with episodes of industry experts from all over the globe in all types of subjects, things that will help improve your personal life and grow your business. So today is no different. We have a brilliant, beautiful, amazing guest, Julie McLean, and she is a mental health and suicide prevention advocate and survivor. So I am very, very happy to have Julie here today on this really important topic. So that, one of the things I say to my kids, I'm the Italian mother of 7, and we also have 7 grandkids. And I always say, as long as there's life, there's hope. So this is an important topic. Doesn't matter how bad you think it is, or how unrecoverable you think it is, or how unlovable you think you might are because you've done something you just wish you hadn't, or you just feel alone. Really, everything can be fixed if you just hang in there. As long as there's life, there's hope. Some way you can get through it with someone's help. So welcome today, Julie. And thank you for sharing this great message with us. So talk to us, how did you find that this was your path and your journey?
It's been a very long journey. I came from a household that was abusive. And the first time I attempted to take my own life, I was 16. And I have attempted multiple times. I think about suicide almost every day of my life. And the last time I attempted to take my own life was back in 2019. And to say that my husband literally saved my life is an understatement. And he asked me 3 of the most important questions of my life. And he had a lot of guts to ask me if I'm okay. And I obviously was not. If I wanted to hurt myself, and I did. And most importantly, did I have a plan? By me acknowledging that I had a plan, he knew that he had to really be careful and do what needed to be done in order for me to be safe. So I credit him for having me here today. And it's been a long journey, even since 2019.
Yeah, well, we're all working on ourselves all the time. It's an ongoing living exercise. We don't just work on ourselves for a bit and then we're all done and then we stop. So I think we all can share in that appreciation. So really, typically I ask, how I talk with people who have a business and who are making this a business. Now, are you a coach? Are you a mentor? Is there a nonprofit you're connected to? I know you're, really looking to spread awareness and be an advocate for prevention, but really, what was the next step of your journey from there?
The next step of my journey is speaking. So right now I'm a speaker. I would love to focus on associations and of different industries. I mean, it's amazing that if you think about the top 10 industries with the highest suicide rates, financial institutions and people in finance. I'm from the finance world, so I get it. Real estate.
High pressure, man. High competition.
Very high pressure. Dentists are on that list. Really, they're number 2.
Everyone says nobody likes a dentist. Nobody wants to go to the dentist. Everybody hates going to the dentist.
Dentists are actually number 2. So that's really surprising. Veterinarians, they're on the list.
You would think as much as they help pets and as much as they're around animals, that endorphins and that lovey, I would not have guessed that one.
But they're seeing animals at their worst.
Oh, that's true.
They're seeing them when they're sick. They're seeing them when they're at end of life. So very rarely do you see, they're not OBGYNs. They don't deliver these puppies. They take care of the animals at the end. So they're on the list too. And construction workers, very high levels of suicide with construction workers. So I'm all about trying to get industry to realize that suicide prevention is a workplace health and safety priority.
Mm. Well, you're a unique guest because typically from here I ask, well, what is it like for a client to work with you? And really, I think it's, the experience of your speaking with these associations that you're talking with us
Mm-hmm.
about. But is there anything else before we move to the next segment of the show about yourself or what you're doing with your speaking that you'd like to share before we take that next step?
Well, my company is growing. So
Okay.
it's starting out with the speaking. I
Mm-hmm.
am going to be transitioning into coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I do some training to help organizations, implement some things to help have a safe workplace and
Oh.
be confident that people can talk about their mental health in the workplace. They say that 80% of all suicides happen between the ages of 18 and 65.
Mm.
And yeah, that's a huge age gap,
There's a
but
big space.
those are working aged individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So being a working age has a huge part to play in
Mm-hmm.
suicide prevention.
I think that that is beautiful, and I
Mm-hmm.
and I thank you for sharing that. And then, not the other thing that is a bit unusual for our show format is my next thing is, can you share with us a cause that's near and dear to your heart? Well, I
Oh,
think,
let's see.
I think we might have a clue what Julie is focused on near and dear to her heart. Do you have an organization specifically, or is it just the overall topic?
It's the overall topic, but I do have to say, out of my topic of suicide prevention, I
Mhm.
really focus on starting conversations
Mhm.
about mental health and mental illness to
Mhm.
end that stigma.
Yeah,
Because if we don't end the stigma, people aren't going to start talking about it, and we're not going to be able to prevent suicides from happening.
I
By
totally agree.
starting these conversations, we all get comfortable with
Mhm.
listening to other people, noticing the signs of crisis. And once, as a society, we learn how to do all of that,
Mhm.
we are naturally going to lower the suicide rates because we're all going to be more aware.
That's awesome. I love that. Thank you, Julie. Now, everyone who watches my show, first of all, thank you for watching. We really appreciate you. And, more than ever, I say this often, we're giving you a hug, a virtual hug, because you've hit the share button. But today, more than ever, I say, please hit that share button and
Please.
throw a comment, because you just never know whose life you could touch or who you could help that really, really needs to see this episode. And
Mm-hmm.
so that share button is more important than ever. And if you are a follower of our show, of course, again, we embrace and love you. But you know what's coming next. I am a fanatic about books. A bookworm does not begin to describe it. We are building the ultimate book list for our listeners so that they can see the long list of all the amazing books our guests have referred and recommended to us. And now these are books that either inspired or improved your life, Julie, or helped you grow your business. So, is there a book you could think of that you could share?
There is one book that changed my life, literally. Being somebody who has a mental illness, who struggles with mental health, who has attempted to take their own life, the one book that changed me was Negative Self-Talk and How to Change It
Mm,
by Shad Helmsetter.
I love that.
I grew up, even as an adult, thinking that I am the person I am because of how I was brought up.
Mhm.
So all that negativity that I thought of, that I'm not good enough, that I can't do anything right, that
Mhm.
everything that everybody has, that negative self-talk in them, the perfectionism.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, perfectionism is negative. It
Mhm.
is not positive. Because if you were perfect, you would never learn anything. You
Mhm.
have to be imperfect to be able to learn. So when I picked up this book after my 2019 crisis,
Mhm.
it just all clicked for me, because the one thing I realized is that we are all born with positive thoughts.
Mhm.
and we learn the negative thoughts. And it
Mhm.
doesn't matter if you grew up in the best environment. Think back to when you were a child, or if you're a parent, when you had children, what's the first words that come out of your mouth to the children?
Mhm.
No, don't touch this. No, don't go up the stairs. No, don't go over there. No, that's hot.
Mhm.
So, right from the very beginning, we're putting the words no into our kids' heads. And that just
Mhm.
starts the cycle of negativity.
Mhm.
And then we feel self-conscious because, oh my gosh, I was told no, I can't touch that. Well, what else can't I do?
Mhm.
But if you learn
Yes.
that, you know what, that was a safety thing,
Mhm.
it wasn't a negative thing. If you learn that and you realize that you are not a product of your childhood and your upbringing, you're a product of who you want to be today,
Mhm.
you can change your life as well.
Well, I love that. I appreciate that so
Thank
much.
you.
Well, if you're listening right now and you are an industry expert and you can help improve someone's personal life or you can help them grow their business, then we would love to feature you on Profound Professionals. So reach out to us and you can be someone's hero today, theirs and mine. Email introduce us to all the people that you're out there networking with, the other business owners and business professionals who you just know would love to be featured and be perfect for our show. Send them our way. Email introduce us to them, and you'll make their day and you'll make ours. Now, Julie, before we say goodbye, I always ask our guests to share one last piece of information or inspiration. What do you have for us before we say goodbye?
The one last thing I have to say is pay attention to not yourself, but the world.
Mm-hmm.
If you learn enough about mental health and mental illness and suicide prevention
Mm-hmm.
and pay attention to the people around you,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see the people who need help.
Yeah.
And sometimes the best thing you can do for somebody is not say, what can I do? Or how can I help you get through this? It's just sitting there and being present,
Yeah.
not saying a word.
I
So
love that.
educate yourselves, learn what people go through when they're having mental health challenges,
Mm-hmm.
and just learn how to sit there quietly and support somebody.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for being
Thank
on
you.
our show again. Thank you all again for watching and for hitting that share button. As always, I am your host, Jessica Koch, and this has been Profound Professionals. Remember, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody.